Monday minutes. I'm not sure how well this is gonna turn out because I forgot my lavalier, my Holland Mark II lavaliers. Like, you guys don't care about that. What you guys care about is whether this sounds good or not. Okay, so today is January, I think 13th. I want to say 13th. It is Monday. Today, what we have, or we got some loose bottles back there. Loose bottles? So that's what you heard slamming. And the reason it's not tied down is because I just tossed it right by the wheel well. So it's loose and sliding. So maybe next time I'll bungee it. These bottles, these nutrient bottles are pretty good and robust, somewhat, except for certain brands. They do have thinner wall linings, but for the most part, even though as long as they don't slam on the brake too hard or like slam on the brakes really hard, these bottles should be fine. It's one or two bottles back there in the wheel well, just sliding around. Not sure if you can see, I got my back there, I got my push broom or snow scraper brush I got from Costco. It's pretty awesome because it's telescopic. What's nice about that is that on a 250, well, I guess any car, I don't have to reach that far, but I'm a short person, so the longer reach with that brush or that scraper, it's great to have. That way I can just like boom, boom, boom. But here in Oklahoma, we don't get too much snow. We get snow every now and then. This past weekend, we got about 4 inches, give or take, half an inch. It wasn't much. It's good enough where we don't get a lot of snow, so a lot of people panic and act like it's the end of the world when we do get snow. I come from California where we don't get a lot of snow, or the part I'm from, we barely get snow, maybe up in the mountains in San Jose, Diablo Hills up there. But the only time I see snow is when I go up to Tahoe or Redding or up in that direction. But for the most part, I really do not see snow, Bear Valley, out there going snowboarding or sledding. So yeah, today, Monday, what we have installed for the week is that we are behind on schedule. We were supposed to receive a delivery of peat moss on Friday, but it has not arrived. We are talking to our vendor, who is talking to the dispatch transport agency, trying to see where that delivery is. We understand that there was a major ice storm in the region in Midwest, Northeast area, and this peat moss is coming from Nova Scotia, so it's coming from far east, past, it's like the edge of North America, Nova Scotia out that way, Canada, and then comes across down to the Midwest, down to Oklahoma. Typically, when we get a call from dispatch, they tell us about the time that we should expect delivery. We were told Friday, nothing happened, and we weren't notified on any updates. Every now and then we do get deliveries on the weekend, so we were hoping that with the snowstorm, ice storm, that we would receive delivery on Saturday or even Sunday. But unfortunately, we did not receive anything, and came to work early morning Monday, still nothing. Haven't heard back from anyone. The vendor is surprised that we haven't received our delivery, because typically if there is any delay, they would be notified and they would be able to relay any information to us. So we shall see, but it's very disappointing because we have several deliveries scheduled for this week. Now it's just up in there, and that's going to leave us scrambling, which I feel like it's typical for the most part. We're always scrambling. We gotta stay nimble. Our clientele, they don't plan too well, so most of the time it's like, hey, I need this today. So it is what it is. We've tried to place them on the schedule, but there's so many outside factors out of our control that they cannot be on the schedule. It's more like when they need supplies, it's like a fire drill, unfortunately, because even though they can't be on the schedule, with their purchase history and several customers, actually a lot of our customers' purchase history, they seem to be almost on the same schedule. So we could kind of predict what people need. It's not exact, but with people's purchase history, we have an idea good enough where we have enough inventory to meet their needs. Every now and then you're gonna hit that pole. This semi cut this corner pretty hard. Oh, I see why you did that. Okay. Where was I? Inventory. Times are tough. That's the truth. So we gotta be smart with our purchases. So inventory, we no longer have a huge surplus of inventory that we can sit on, which makes it challenging because when you buy in bulk, you get a discount, and the larger the purchase, the larger the discount that you would receive from the vendor. And with capital being tight, we had to find ways on protecting our profits. And what we started to do is work with other competitors, other stores, because they're also struggling. It's not just us. The industry as a whole is having a very, very hard time. I don't know if it's the economy, part of it is the economy, but there are so many other factors that's beyond my knowledge. I only can assume. I wish I could. I wish it was possible to say these are the reasons why the industry as a whole is struggling. It's just all assumptions. Mainly is because people are broke. No one wants to admit that, but people are broke, so they are penny pinching. And with that, a lot of luxury items that our clientele produces, it's not moving. I'll be right back. You gotta open this gate. I call it luxury items because it is a luxury item. even though our clientele produces it for medical reasons. The reason I say it is a luxury item is because the industry as a whole, nation and continent wide, the industry is down. So maybe the issue is that there is such a surplus. That could be it. A surplus of goods being produced that the costs are down. The purchase of the item is down. For something that once sold for $2,000 a pound is now selling for $600 a pound. Anyways, we'll continue this conversation in a minute. I am at my location and need to drop off. Okay, thank you. All right. All done. Let me backtrack for a quick minute. I know I said that my clientele produces goods that are luxury items, and that statement is false because it is a medical good that my clients do produce. So before anyone gets in trouble, let me clarify that. They produce medical goods. Got it? Let me be serious about this. It is for medical reasons. There are people that rely on it for medical reasons. They need it to help ease pain, which is true. But there are also people that use it as forms of enjoyment. Okay. And I'm not here to judge on how people use the goods. You know, Oklahoma is only a medical state, not a consumer, recreational state. So even though we are just a medical state, if one needed to find and to use the goods for recreational purposes, they could easily obtain a medical license to do so. It's not too hard. Only costs about $200 to call a doctor online, have them talk to you about your ails, and they could easily prescribe a license so that one can procure these goods on their own easily. And it is what it is. I think it's all a joke. The whole system is a joke. The way it's ran, the way it's operated, the regulations. But that's for another video. And I really don't care about it. What I care about is my clients succeeding, making profits. Because when my clients succeed, I succeed because they buy more. With them buying more, that means more sales, more revenue, more profits, more capital. So yeah. Anyways, the plan for the week, since today is Monday, the plan is to wait for the shipment to arrive, and then I have to go to OKC, meet up with a vendor, pick up some goods, some supplies. That will probably happen Wednesday, Thursday. It really depends on when I hear back from the vendor and the ETA on the shipment of peat moss, when it is to be expected. So I'm going to plan around that. And later today, I do have fingerprinting to do for a background check. For those of you that do not know, I also am planning on getting my real estate license. I've taken the 90-hour pre-license course, and I need to do a background check, then take the national and state exam. But before I could do any of that, I had to get my fingerprints done. I did have it scheduled last week, but due to the ice storm, it got canceled and had to be rescheduled. Today was the earliest I could schedule it for. Once that is done, once OREC, Oklahoma Real Estate Commission, receives my background check and everything turns out good, then and only then I could apply for the test, for the exam. Am I ready for the exam? I believe so. I am, as ready as I can be. But the longer I put it off, the more stuff I forget. Do study from time to time, but it's not like when I was in class, I was studying more religiously. But life happens. So yeah, that's the update for the week. I just have my fingerprints for Monday. Waiting on the shipment of peat moss. Once that arrives, we have, that truck is basically sold out. We were billed for 690 bags of peat moss, and 90% of that is already sold. Was supposed to be delivered this week, but we shall see. It's probably going to be pushed back. Some this week, some next week. And that is it. Yeah, that's all. Personal stuff, I am waiting to hear back from a structural engineer. We had a structural engineer look at our home last week. We're having foundation issues. They will write me up a plan on how to resolve the issue, and from there I'll send those plans out to bid and see what I can afford. It doesn't sound cheap, it sounds fucking expensive. More than what the house costs. But that's my assumption. We shall see. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Yeah, Monday. That's Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Nothing is on the docket because we had plans, but plans change, and such is life. You gotta keep your head on swivel. Be nimble. Just stay prepared, because nothing ever goes your way, And like Mike Tyson says, we all have a plan till we get punched in the face. All right, that's it. That's it for now. I'll check back Friday, let you all know how things went. Thank you. My nose is running. Oh, I do need a haircut. I need to make time too. Do need to make time. Go to the White House, to my barber, and get snip, 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 snip. Here is a mess. I was just busy before Christmas. I didn't have time to get cleaned up, dolled up for the holidays. It's okay. I still think I'm cute. Don't you? That's my magnum. Yeah. I gotta look at the camera when I do that. Magnum. Enough rambling.